person that is not a diver, they can still come with you. Just come by the shop.
So is it family oriented, or is it just, a person and his wife, or just a person by himself? How broad is that range?
The range is pretty broad. I mean, we've got a lot of, husband and wives, dual income, no kids. We've got a lot of families that go, and we've got a lot of single people that go. So the trips are all across the board. Most of them, though, are more adults go on some of the trips and stuff like that. And every once in a while, we have some, 20, 21-year-old, the kids come with them. But it's usually, we don't have a ton of younger kids right now.
Christian always seems to be busy with these scuba classes, and we're going to be doing Dive with the Bugs. That's going to involve our Bugs players later on this season. We'll get to that in a little bit, but explain what goes on in a scuba class and how popular are those right now?
So the scuba classes, normally someone comes in or calls a shop and you get some e-learning you go ahead and do, and then it's a 2-weekend class. A lot of people think, in the 70s and 80s our classes were 7-8 weeks long, and a lot of people think, it's going to take me forever to get certified. It's 2 weekends now, so it's not a lot of time involved. Still a great certification, but more easy to get than it was in the past 20, 30 years ago. And they're very popular. A lot of people love to get out of Shreveport and go to some cool destinations. We have some great diving that's local around us too, within a couple hours. There's dive parks over in Terrell and north of Houston. Also in Athens, Texas. Our boat's up at Lake Washita Hot Springs, and so we're about 3.5 hours from there. So there's some great dive destinations that are fairly local for us.
We're talking to Jason Felt from Scuba Ventures here in the Brookshire's Food and Pharmacy First Intermission Show. Now, Christian, he's been hammering me about, getting in the water for this Dive with the Bugs event that we're going to do in the second half of this season. And, I'm not a big water guy. I honestly, I can't swim, Jason. What's the biggest misconception? I mean, could a person like me get into the water where I don't really have any swimming experience?
We do require a swim for the first part of our class, so you do have to know how to swim, but that's something that we can help you with before the scuba classes as well too. But we want you to be comfortable in the water. It just makes you a better diver, and being more comfortable in the water will just make you a long-term diver instead of somebody that's just going one time.
What is the hottest item? So during your hot time at Scuba Ventures, what's the hottest item that you tend to see people buy?
Technology is real big for, I think, any market right now, and so a lot of our dive computers, a lot of people really are interested in them.
What is that?
They're all colored screen computers. They're able to tell you what depth you're at, if you're coming up too fast, how much pressure is in the tank. They can do it wirelessly, Bluetooth, or with a hose. So that's what I see a lot of places. And I just came back from our trade show, and they have some that are like in heads-up displays now, where it's pretty cool, where you just look up and all that information's right there at your eyes instead of having to, bring your wrist up to you or grab a hose and look at it.
So just to give an idea for people out there, how much does that go for?
Computers start anywhere from about $300 to around $1,200-$1,500.
So like a laptop.
Yeah, there are some exceptions out there. I mean, sky's the limit with toys, but the majority of them around $300 to $1,200, $1,500. So
I've heard the word trade show get tossed around through various types of businesses. What does a trade show for you mean when you go to places like Vegas?
So I've had multiple discussions with other dive shop owners, and a lot of them don't see the benefit in it, but it just pumps me up to be able to talk to other business owners that go through the exact same thing that you're going through in your line of business. Most businesses are similar, but when you can talk to other dive shop owners or other dive leaders and bounce ideas off of them, it just pumps me up for the next year, gives me good ideas, able to offer things that I didn't ever think of offering for our divers around here, and just get to mingle with other industry professionals. Like I was talking to Jean-Michel Cousteau at the last one, and there's another really nice lady that was on Sea Hunt, and so got to talk with her. So I mean that's cool for me.
One thing in Shreveport that opened up, and I guess it's fairly new, is the aquarium downtown. I haven't had a chance to check it out. How much work and affiliation do you have with them?
So I actually work with them weekly because I'm their dive safety officer. So they have a dive team. It's all the husbandry staff, and the husbandry staff actually gets in the tanks and cleans them and scrubs the rocks and vacuums and stuff like that. And we have a dive safety board. So because it is very shallow, but there are things that could go wrong, so we want to make sure everything's done by the books, and so that's my job there. And it's a part-time thing for me, but it's a lot of fun for me to be able to get in the water. Especially, I've scheduled my time when my oldest son has been there with some of his school groups, and so that's been pretty cool to see his face, to know that I'm in the water with all the sharks and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
So the only one I've been to, and I'm originally from California, so when I was real little, I went to the world's famous Monterey Bay Aquarium. How is this one, and how, I guess, have you seen the popularity rise as far as it being new and being able to gather a crowd?
Yeah, I think it's a great size for Shreveport. I have been to one of the other ones that is similar in size in Grapevine, that one of the main husbandry guy worked for that company, and it's great. The kids are able to interact. I mean, they can touch stingrays, they can touch a lot of things, they can see a lot of cool things, and I hope it just propels new divers for us in the long term, because they're like, ooh, that's really cool to be able to see that and touch it. Now let's go see it in its natural habitat.
That's Jason Felt of Scuba Ventures. He's a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs hockey. Easiest way to get in contact with Scuba Ventures?
222-DIVE, 222-3483. I'm also Jason at scubaventures.com, and our website's scubaventures.com.
Jason, thanks for the time, thanks for the support, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate you, Chet.
We'll have more after these messages. You're listening to the Brookshire's Food and Pharmacy First Intermission Show, Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.